Hello, Potato! Today we're doing more LEGO! Since the week this releases is the same week that Disney Plus released the first episode of Marvel What If, which was the Captain Carter episode, we're gonna build the Captain Carter kit. Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper. Now some may argue that the Hydra Stomper kinda upstages Captain Carter a little bit, but it's a giant proto-Iron Man mech. How could it not? Which doesn't mean Captain Carter wasn't at all awesome. Captain Carter was fantastic, but mechs are always cool. And I think this is the best mech in the What If series. They actually do have another one. They have Tony Stark's Sicarian Iron Man. And I don't think that actually looks very good, but I'm still kind of tempted because it's the only set that I think, so far at least, that comes with a LEGO version of the Watcher, and that'd be kind of cool to have a minifigure Watcher. But I don't know if that alone is cool enough to make me want to buy like a $50 LEGO kit, because I think the Sicarian Iron Man is actually a bit bigger than this one, and therefore a bit more expensive. This is kit 76201. It did release on August the 1st, so it's only been out a couple of weeks as of the time this video releases. It is 343 pieces, so not very big. And it comes with minifigures of Captain Carter, who does not look all big and buffed because she's a minifigure. Skinny Steve Rogers, who does not look particularly skinny because he's a minifigure. And perfectly normal sized Red Skull, with presumably the Tesseract, which is kinda cool. Sadly, no big tentacle monsters. Yeah, let's open up and see what we're looking at here. You can tell it's a small kit. It's got the thumb punch box, which I'm not generally a fan of the thumb punch box, to be honest. At least it's not on the bottom this time, though. It's on the side. Let's see, what do we have in here? Bag 1. Bag 2. Three bags. And a book, which is surprisingly not mangled, which is nice. A lot of times when they stick them in the box like that, they're just kind of folded over, a big crease in them, nothing else in there. Oh yeah, of course there's something else in there. There's stickers. I should have known from the picture. There would be stickers. Those are not going to be printed pieces. Why print pieces when you can give us stickers? Gee, I wonder what these stickers are going to go to. Probably the Hydra Stomper. Well, yeah, I guess since the Hydra Stomper is the actual build, everything else is minifigures. I guess it couldn't really go to anything else, could it? So here is our QR code for those who like to do that sort of thing. If I held it up too short, pause the video and then start up again. It looks like so bag 1 is going to be the torso, bag 2 looks like it'll add on some legs, and bag 3 will give us some arms. Those are pretty small bags. I imagine, also all pretty small pieces, but I still imagine this will be a fairly quick build. Plus it'll be nice to have the Captain Carter figure. Now, one thing I hadn't noticed originally that I noticed now is that she does not come with the sword. And I mean, that makes sense. It's not really a part of the character, but I do believe the blind bag minifigure set that's coming out in September will have her with the sword, which kind of gives her some Wonder Woman vibes to me. Makes me think of the Wonder Woman movie from a few years back, because she did a lot of sword and shield action in that. I don't think so much in the sequel, but definitely in the original. And I know that the one LEGO kit they released for the original movie has her with the sword and the shield. So yeah, some definite Wonder Woman vibes when she has the sword, but otherwise, still awesome episode. Loved it. Looking forward to the rest. Would love to see them do some more Captain Carter stuff, have her show up somewhere else. Maybe do a sequel episode that shows what happened in the time of the original Avengers movie in a world changed by Captain Carter's existence. And I won't go into much more about the changes, although, I mean, let's face it, this kit is a spoiler. In its very existence is a spoiler. And that spoiler is what I wonder about the changes in the future, because if this exists then, what happens in later times? Anyways, enough talking. I suppose we should get to the building, because if you're watching this, presumably you're either here for that, or you're here for my take on the kit when it's built at the end. Either way, let's get moving towards that by going into the fast forward. And there we have it, Marvel Studios' What If Kit 76201, Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper all put together. And now let's take a look and see what we've got here. So of course we've got Captain Carter with her shield, which I feel like there should be a little more color on her. There was red in the show, wasn't there? Because it's like a Union Jack, and she's all blue and silver. There's like no red at all, which seems... Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I feel like there was red in the show that's missing here, which is kind of not fantastic. Oh, and of course, she has two faces because she has a hairpiece. So you have angry Captain Carter and smiling Captain Carter for those more romantic scenes. Before Howard Stark shows up and interrupts them. But of course, there's no Howard Stark minifigure, so that's not going to happen here. And of course, we have the Red Skull. Being as he has no hairpiece, he has no second face. He does have a blaster that actually shoots. Maybe. In theory. There we go. That was exciting. Let's reset him. And maybe. There we go. And a little clear cube that is supposed to be our Tesseract, which I'm actually going to put separately because it's actually quite heavy for him and it keeps making him fall over. Then we have this thing. So, of course, the Hydra Stomper stuff has shooting features as well. And I guess this is just done as a way to try to keep the little extra pieces together so you don't lose them immediately. I feel like this whole thing here is going to get lost, though. I feel like they should have put somewhere on here this either could attach or put, slot into out of sight. But that's minor. Let's look at the Hydra Stomper itself. Now this is fairly nice. I like this. It looks cool. I think it'll look good in a display. I like the helmet operation. It's double hinged. So you can, I don't know, it just opened, instead of just flipping up like this, it slides completely up out of the way. So you can easily take our skinny Steve Rogers, who looks like normal Steve Rogers, out of the suit. And of course, like Captain Carter, he has two faces as well. He has a snarly action face, and then he has a placid, happy face, because, he wasn't super emotive when he's not, killing things in the show. And he slots into place very much like they do in the armor mechs, which, hey, I've got that sitting here. Let's take a look at that. So, clearly, the Hydra Stomper is a much more impressive mech than the Captain America mech. Complaints, though, if I have criticisms, I like it's hinged. I like that they put the clicky hinges here on the hips. You can hear that. Because they're also, not only is it, get the cool clicky sound, but they hold their position better than the normal ball sockets, which we do have in a few places on here as well. But since the hips do need to hold the whole suit up, I think putting those sturdier clicky joints on there is a good idea. Now, criticisms, complaints, and it's a minor one. It's just that here on the kind of the wrist area, the forearm area, it just pivots up and down. There's no swivel in this part here. There's no swivel, there's no bend in the other direction. So it does have a little bit of a limited range of motion. You can't fully get the hand over flat to the chest. I don't necessarily know why you'd want to, but you can't do it. But the ball joint in the shoulder does give it still a fairly impressive range of motion that I think for most children, so if you're actually playing with this to play, this is probably not going to be too much of an issue. If you're trying to pose it for something particular on a shelf, that might be. Of course, let's give the test here. Can the hand hold the enemy minifigure? And yes, it can. So that's good. But it's a nice mech. I love mechs. I do like mechs. That's part of why I even bought these things. Although this one, see, there's a good example of what I mean about the hip joints. I picked this up by the hip, and look, the whole thing just kind of falls over. Because there's just not enough strength in that hip joint to let you do that. I think it's part of why I had so much trouble posing him in his video. As for this one, no movement at all. I can pick it up by the leg, put it back down, it stands up, quite nice. And then we have, of course, the jetpack here on the back. No functions there, just looks cool. Got the little antenna on the shoulder. Yeah, I mean, a little flip over compartment back here would have been nice to put these into. Just, you know, I guess I could stick them there, and they would be out of the way at least. I mean, it probably would have been if this had been green or black or something then, rather than making it brown, but I think that'll work. Maybe. That or I'm going to break something here on camera and have to stop and fix it. Yeah, those just don't want to, why don't those want to go in there? And there we go. Well, that was predictable. That's a normal piece. Why does this not want to slot into it? Oh well, problem for another day. Now we just need to fix this. So, well, we found a weak point. That's something to keep in mind. But still, I think it's a fairly stable build. It goes back together easily. I think it's a better build than the, ultimately than the Bad Batch was. But yeah, I like it. I will probably put this into my city display with the spring, because I have, what was it, US Steel or American Steel or whatever that one that came with Agent Coulson's car was, Iron Man, like US. I've talked about it before. I think I may have showed it in my top 10 list of the kits that I wanted, of course, with this being one of them. Yeah, it's a good set. Good play options. Good, fairly sturdy build. It's got Captain Carter. It's got Red Skull. It's got Skinny Steve Rogers, which is, whatever. It's got a mech. It's got a mech and it's got Captain Carter, and that's all I needed to get me to want to buy it. Yep, I like it. Definitely like it better than this thing. Let's get rid of that thing. That's not his video. And yeah, we'll wrap it up. So yep, I definitely recommend this one for kids. I recommend this for family who likes mechs. I recommend this for anyone who enjoyed the Captain Carter episode of What If. And I hope you found this build at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. I really like this mech.